Hello, everyone, and welcome to Long Lost Noir, Gray in the Dark. Jazz. Oh my gosh, I'm playing the wrong playlist. I made a safe for streaming jazz playlist.
Yeah.
This is probably going to get real grating on me because it's much shorter than the other one, so I'm going to hear all of these kind of like just goofily, hastily thrown together jazz tracks a little too quick. My name's Philip. I'm the Noir master of this game, and surrounding me is my OG D&D table. Our wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
In fact, players, why don't we
someone.
let's all introduce yourselves, and I'm not going to tell you what order to do it, so just feel it out.
I'll go first because why not? I am Anthony or Anton. I'm playing Scrakk, Brakkim, the rat folk professor of Arcana.
Why are we doing this? This is the second session and technically the third if you include session 0.
I'm just introducing myself as was
What the
asked.
DM says.
It's just we often get asked it and things. So everyone just say their name and who they play, just like as a real quick little way, kind of thing. Yeah. Jeremy, go next.
All right, cool. Hi, I'm Jeremy.
You've ruined it.
I'm playing Leo the mannequin, who's actually 3 people stuffed in a single body. Yeah, that's me.
And you're a spirit medium.
And I'm a spirit medium, yes.
Wonderful. Mario.
Mario, I play Luminus. That's it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Luminus is a believer. Dragonborn, etc.
Dragonborn believer.
Vanda.
I'm Vanda, Woodbury in chat, and I'm playing Sha'Nehl, the mannequin spirit medium, with a short but mysterious past.
Short on account it was just built. Pierce said that mannequin spirit medium is the tiefling rogue of our new features.
Absolutely.
Ka.
Hi there, my name is Ka. I go by Suna Sunny online, which is not very often. I don't Twitch stream often or any of that, but I have a Twitter. I am playing Orc who is a part of the family, so of course my name is Dominic.
All about the family. Wonderful. And KJ.
KJ, I play Duchess Contessa. I'm a toon, and life is pain. So.
Life is pain, but at least alcohol. Yes.
I've actually made it a point to not wear colors, even though it doesn't even fucking matter. But it reminds me.
It reminds you that there's no color.
That you hate me. So it keeps me on point as we play this game.
Does it? Will it? Yeah. I won't. I'm not even gonna try to say something either jokey or not.
Everybody is wearing black or white except Carl.
But the people
it doesn't matter.
The people on Twitch don't know
What do I
that.
look like
Oh, they
on
don't
Twitch?
know.
You just look like you're wearing a gray shirt. So yeah. This is our fun game. This is our Noir game. That is because we are running a Kickstarter right now for a sort of a 5e compatible compendium called Long Lost Noir. And you can, here I'll throw the old link into chat there. If you go to our Kickstarter, we are basically halfway through and we are not quite at halfway funded. So we would love any more donations we can get, backers, but also if you can share it with people, that would be super appreciated. It's got all sorts of cool features. It's the stuff we're featuring here in this very game. It's been a lot of fun so far, and we're excited to keep going. So yeah, we got 2 weeks on that left, basically. Now the other thing that we do at the beginning of these games, thanks to Dan having an idea, is that I have a new and the last of this current round adventure calendar. This one is a Dragon's Horde. And so what I do now is rather than open them on a day in the morning with my tea to make myself all happy, I instead open one whenever I stream. So let us find door number 4. Ooh, it's right here. Ooh, door number 4. What is held within? What secrets does it possess? You will see before I do, let me tell you that. Ooh, oh, fish inside. Oh, it's a D12. Yay. Merry Christmas unto me. Or Merry December 4th unto me. Anyway, ooh,
Merry
D12.
Super Bowl.
Merry Super Bowl. It's got a dragon's face on it, and it's kind of flamey, and it's cool. It's a D12. Great. So now my life has just that little bit more joy in it.
How much joy? Go
He
ahead
takes
and
it.
roll it.
He takes it from the rest of us, so he's got plenty.
Yes,
On
that's
a-
true.
On a scale of 1 to 12, my life is filled with 2 joy.
2 units of joy.
2
Tracks,
units of joy.
tracks.
So
At least it wasn't
That's-
13.
That's what it feels like.
I have so much more joy to find. Great. So, welcome to our game. Last week, we met several interesting kind of barflies here at a bar called The Alley on the edge of Little Trachaloy in the big city of San Termino. They came in for a variety of reasons. It actually seemed like 3 of the people there had all come to meet the same individual, someone who never showed. Another person, that would be Leo, Sha'Nehl, and Scrakk. Already present Duchess Contessa, a regular at the bar, although it became clear that she does not come to this particular speakeasy she doesn't come here every night. She has other ones, such as the Rose, where she goes on some nights, and it appears that the beautiful but haunted Tune occasionally gets her days confused. But when life is a gin-soaked blur, so it goes. The other individual who came in here that night was a dragonborn named Luminus, who wanted to drink your milkshake and drink it up. He consumed 2 milkshakes that night. The first brought him to tears of disappointment, and the second seemed just like he was still hungry. These were served by, well, I guess also the owner of this. Before I get into NPCs, the owner of this, well, not say owner, but the
Proprietor,
orc,
let's
the
say.
proprietor, the orc running things at present is Dominic, a member of the Motza orc family. They oversee a lot of the snub, including here their sort of little Trachaloy. And this is one of their sort of fronts. It's a legitimate business. Dominic is a legitimate businessman. A legitimate
Provide a
business
service
orc.
that the people want.
Exactly. He has a few employees here. He also has a sort of, honestly, a peer, another sort of soldier in the Motza crime family showed up. Her name is Jumpin' Gianna. She's an orc. And she came here trying to get him to let her borrow a couple of crates of contraband potions. She seems to be someone who both uses these potions to a intoxicating effect and also wants them for some monetary purpose. Although she seemed to assure Dom that she would get them back to him in a timely manner. He did not want to engage her on this point, instead let her come in. She put some people here on edge, including the bartender, Cynthia Park, and especially because Jumpin' Gianna really wanted Cynthia's son, Nove, to come and sit on her lap for a bit. Something about it seemed a little menacing,
I'll say.
little strange. Nove instead, at Dominic's suggestion, just stayed behind the bar and continued doing his homework or reading whatever books he was. But this calm evening, just as Leo, Sha'Nehl, and Scrakk were kind of realizing that maybe they were all here meeting the same person, and at Scrack's suggestion, maybe shouldn't be saying the name of this individual, a bugbear named Tasha, quite so openly. An eerie whistling was heard outside, and a car full of elves opened fire with Tommy guns, all of which worked on the first volley. Fortunately, the group sort of heard this, most of the denizens. Also, there probably were some, innocent bystanders who got shot up, because this is it's like a noir story, so some bodies hit obviously. But, all the named characters hit the ground, bullets ripping through, dealing them some damage, and then, to their credit, the Duchess, Luminus, Scrakk, Leo, and Sha'Nehl leapt into action and brought the fight rack back to the elves. One elf escaped in a car. The only elf who hadn't fired was waiting as a getaway driver. The elf's leader was knocked unconscious by Duchess Contessa, who what was the thing that actually knocked her? Was it you hit her with a hammer?
Squeaky hammer.
Squeaky hammer.
Yeah.
Those two.
It was oversized, but still.
Yeah, for sure. And with an oversized squeaky hammer, and with that was taken in for what Dominic and Jumpin' Gianna refer to as like, oh yeah, some torture. No problem. So they're dragging this unconscious orc into the store, or into the speakeasy, and the other sort of employees of Dominic sort of gathered. Dominic, we'll actually get to that in a moment. The last thing that happened was your incredibly aged hobgoblin busboy, the Onion, sort of woke up, and then just went back to sleep, not wanting to sweep all of this stuff up.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
we're going to cut. We're going to resume right where we left off. The car has driven away not 2 minutes ago. I guess I'll also mention that Jumpin' Gianna indicated that the family appreciates what all of you did. And she is sort of speaking as if you're all now kind of in this together to some degree. So, with all that, we will resume where we were. At this point, I'll sort of say that Jumpin' Gianna has brought this elf in and kind of given a shout to, oh my god, and your other orc who works in there, Ambrosia, is just like shot up to all hell, but Cynthia restored her heroically. So now Ambrosia is like, limping over, but helping Gianna tie up this elf.
There a
What are you all
bathroom?
doing?
Do we have a back room or a? Well, of course we have a back room. It's a mob place.
Of course you got a
Or
back room. You want to
basement
take
or something?
her
Yeah,
into the
of
back
course.
room? Okay, so
Yeah.
basically Gianna and Ambrosia, they just, orcs, they pick the chair up, move into the sort of back room without any issue. Gianna, however, I assume you're going in there with them, Dom?
Yeah. Cynthia, Nove, don't go back here.
Cynthia's like, I never go back there. Nove, are you okay? You want some more ice cream? Oh, it all got shot up. Okay, she's just,
All right.
very kind of upset by the
Are
circumstances.
there radios in this setting?
Yes, there are radios in this set.
All right. There's gonna be a jazzy version of Stuck in the Middle with you because we're gonna go Reservoir Dogs on this.
I was gonna say,
I'll roll the d12.
kick out an ear.
Ooh, unfortunately, if you go to turn on the radio, what you hear is like as some bullets have torn through it.
Ah, damn it.
They shot your radio.
Speaking of all the bullet damage, Scrakk is desperately examining his book to see if it's taken any damage in all this shooting.
Your book is okay. You shielded it with your body, like any professor would have done.
All right.
I assume all of you is anybody going into the back room, not going into the back room? What are the other 5 of you doing?
How big is it, the back room? How many people
It's
can fit in there?
it's a pretty big storage room. They store a lot of stuff back there.
All right, I'm
Everyone,
going
it's
in.
there's like a warehouse basically.
I have a couple of questions before I answer what Duchess is
Absolutely.
doing. How long has it been since Duchess was in the war and fighting?
About 4.5, 5 years.
4.5, 5 years. And how has it been? Like, I'm assuming it wasn't just like, war's over, back to normal now, right? Like,
Well, you started
it wasn't
drinking
just
right
like
away.
a smooth, but I mean, it wasn't like a smooth transition or anything like that, or
Especially not for you, because you were overseas and stuff was going on. And the main thing, and I genuinely in this instance hate to bring it up, the main thing that made it not a smooth transition for anyone was when all color disappeared.
yeah, no, I understand that.
So
yes.
it was just, the world kind of just fell apart for
No,
at least a
I
year.
understand.
Yeah.
Yes, that is not my question.
Okay.
So I guess how long has Duchess been back in this country?
I think if Duchess tried to come home like immediately when she didn't have like a mission overseas, you would have been back here for 4 years. If you lingered and did some voluntary work for the government, you maybe came back in 3. If you lingered still and did some just other work for people, you've maybe only been back 2 years.
Okay. And how violent is where she normally lives? Like, how many is gangs a normal thing there, or?
this level of like a huge hit like this would be uncommon for anything you've seen. It doesn't get this crazy. Kind
Okay,
of.
well, in that case, Duchess will go to the bar, ask for a martini, and then go in the back room.
Understood. Cynthia
Gotta
kind
have a
of
drink
looks
for the
at you, looks around. I roll a 12 on this, which means the materials exist to make you a martini, which Cynthia does.
If it's easier, it doesn't have to be a martini, but, you
No,
know.
I have everything for it. It's fine. I honestly, she kind of like looks at her kid for a
I
second.
can also just make it myself if you're busy because of, you know, your young one. And
No, it's she's like,
I
no,
will
it's,
heavy-hand it, though.
Yeah, she's like, I'm here. Why don't you just she's shaking it for you. Do you like him shaken or stirred? Not James Bond.
KJ has never had a martini, so I don't know.
Oh no.
It is not,
Whoa.
Oh,
no,
man.
it's fine.
I don't know if
I
you would
need my
like
drinks
them.
to not taste like they have alcohol, but actually have a
Oh,
ton,
man.
so it works out.
I don't drink any longer, but boy, would I like to drink a martini at this exact moment. I just want to drink.
There's flavored martinis if you want one of those.
You know what? Actually, I may have had one, and I remember just it tasting like salt, so I didn't continue.
Oh my god.
I thought unions are alright.
I'm with
In any
Kyle on
case,
this one.
in any case, I'll have
I'm not a
Duchess
huge
drink
fan of
them how
martinis.
I'll have Duchess drink them how I drank them, which is a stirred gin martini, so that not one bit of ice is chipped and diluted, and it is just glacially cold with the tiniest touch of vermouth, and she takes the final Gibson olive left in the place out of a broken glass, make sure there's no glass on it, drops it in, and there you go. You have a perfect gin martini.
Thank you.
In fact, is that a gimlet?
Might
Is
be.
it?
See that?
I think a gimlet
don't know, what
martini.
is-
Oh, gimlet martinis with. Oh, it's got lime juice. Nah. All right.
Not a gimlet.
In any case, she gives you a martini. You can get back in the room. Is anyone not going to the back room? I suppose that's my main question.
Leo would go to the back room, but he does not exactly have the stomach for this kind of thing, so he would switch faces again to Leona.
Honey, people in the bar don't have the stomach to watch you switch your faces again.
Well,
No, I find it
I will go into corner and face corner while I
I
do this. So he
find
walks
it
over to corner.
fascinating.
He goes over to the corner. He just like turns around, turns back. There's an elven face now. It's a woman's face.
Nove is sort of peeking over the bar at that.
Oh dear. Does look like the boys have fucked some shit up while I was away. I hear we're torturing somebody. That sounds fun. I'm Leona, by the way. Nice to meet y'all.
Fascinating. I'm glad to meet you at last.
Okay.
I packed my book away in a satchel and go up to Leo. Kind of look at him. You must be the anomaly then.
Her
Oh.
now.
I don't know what that word means, but sure, probably.
All right.
How is the
Whatever
spatial
is
resonance working with all three of you occupying the same ectoplasmic frequencies?
That's a lot of long words that you probably want to discuss with Leopold, not me. little
Let
guy.
me get him.
All right. We're not
Can
doing
you
any of that
just,
crazy
uh,
stuff.
Can you just switch at will?
I can, yeah, but you know, people kind of get upset when I do it, so I try to keep moving.
I don't.
Fascinating. I take out a notebook and start taking notes.
All right. Enough of that. Plastics, rat, dragon, come in here with me. Also, you, Duchess. You can bring your drink.
Oh, Duchess is gone and in the room. You don't gotta tell her to go.
So you are all
Yeah,
now
I'm
back in
already
in this
in the
sort of
room.
warehouse. Now there are
Are
some.
mannequins made of plastic?
You can definitely call them plastics to refer to them. They're probably at this point.
Is that
Okay.
racist? Is that a racist thing to
I
say?
mean,
Is that a
it is,
slur?
but
Yeah, is that a slur? Like, is that...
it is, but
The plastics. Is that from Mean
Well,
Girls?
Leo
from
is
Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
Leo.
that's from Mean Girls. They're the plastic.
I was
Regina
like, wait a
George?
minute. Yeah.
oh no,
They're not made of
Uh,
plastic?
oh no. They aren't anymore, thank God. But for a while, they were made of wax.
Oh, no.
They are now made of plaster. So not plastic,
Plaster.
but plaster.
Probably
would have
plastic
to-
doesn't exist in this world yet. It's a pretty late.
Yeah, but
development.
racists don't know what's right and what's wrong.
But I don't know what plastic
they're
is.
actually
It
made
hasn't
of.
been invented yet.
But they are made of plaster.
Power of
clearly made
racism. You conjured the word to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Racism. So where you find yourselves is in a rather large sort of back room. There's a good number of sort of, and this is like, imagine like a mob warehouse. There's like a catwalk around the top. Just tons of crates and stuff. There's already a chair that's been tipped over, and there's a big blood stain on the concrete under it where they worked someone over for something at some point. They don't always clean that stuff up. The Onion's supposed to, but he's the Onion. But as you're all sort of looking around here, you sort of find that Jumpin' Gianna and Ambrosia have tied this person up. Ambrosia now is sort of reverting to her just standard like inactivity. She just sort of kind of perches on a shelf a little bit behind her, just kind of rubbing one of her bullet wounds that kind of just, some of this to you just black blood just gushes out of, like, grabs a piece of cloth and kind of she treats her bullet wounds like people treat like shaving nicks, and she just puts like a piece of cloth on the bullet wounds, hoping it'll heal over like a nick on your face. Right. The rest, but Jumpin' Gianna is easily to notice. Dominic, having tied up this elf, her eyes are now drawn to some of the other crates in this room, crates that contain.
So we all took, like, even though we all dodged, we all took damage, right, from that
We all
Tommy
took a little bit
gunfire
of
last
damage,
time.
Yeah.
That's from
When
debris.
Duchess drinks her martini, it comes out of a couple holes.
Oh, this is why you have to have a tune in every party.
Oh dear. What a waste of a perfect good dress.
But Jumpin' Gianna's like, hey, Dom, come on. Look, we all took a little bit of pain there, right?
I'm just gonna ignore her for a little bit and out of character. Is this elf gang well known to me and us?
Well, so that's a complicated thing. The elf gang is there are a few different elf gangs. You're not exactly sure which this one is, and the problem with the elf gang, you don't have to roll to know this.
That they're elves, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, aside from that. The problem with the elf gang is the elf gang does not really have huge numbers in the city. Most of the elves in the city were like, get out of here. The elf gang runs so much of the rest of the country. So no one really wants to do a hit on them, because if you really piss off the elves, who are known like not to forget,
Right.
they have almost unlimited rednecks they can send at you. Like they have an unlimited army of just like of like
Larry the Cable Guys?
of like wood elves, of like Appalachian elves
Right.
who can just come in and will go crazy and won't care.
Is there a different, like, is it like a classification? Like, is there a difference between a gang and a mob? Like, is a mob bigger or more organized, or
Mob is bigger,
how is it
more
different
organized.
from what Dominic is in?
Mobs are usually involved in more business stuff, aren't they?
Dominic is the mafia. Dominic is a highly codified criminal organization. They own many legitimate businesses. They're very organized. They're very, like, I mean, people like Gianna notwithstanding. The elves are a disparate group of, and I mean the terms are kind of going to be used interchangeably. The elves are more of just like some like crazy gangs, but they're very sort of clannish and
Biker gangs?
territorial. Yeah.
The only difference between the
Bikers.
mafia and the government is who writes laws, basically.
Yeah, effectively. But you do know that the elves, the specific, so I'll phrase it like this to you, Dominic. You could inspect this person, for paraphernalia. There are certain elvish families that it would be a bigger problem if you just off this person if anyone finds out. Obviously, only if anybody finds out. Whereas there's also if she's just some like no one elf,
Right.
whatever. Who
So-
cares?
So
It
yeah,
depends
I'm
on how
gonna say-
connected
yeah.
she is.
Right. Ambrosia, riff her pockets. As for our friends here, I know that Gianna calls you a friend of the gang of the family now. Excuse me. But it is odd that all of you, Duchess notwithstanding, came into here tonight, and this happens to my bar. So, I have two minds to think that you caused all this somehow, or whoever you came in here for is what they're after.
Well, there is
I was beginning to wonder
one
that,
way
actually.
to find it out.
I mean,
It
you
is-
do have good milkshakes.
Statistically likely, we were either brought here as a target or she was the target.
Duchess.
It's not impossible.
I was thinking that maybe you were working
Dominic's
with them, then you
Not
killed them,
asking
so.
Duchess, right? Because she's a regular and she
I-
just got
I know
confused what
Duchess.
today is.
He did indicate that. Yes, he specifically
Okay.
said not Duchess. The rest of you.
Okay.
The rest of yous. Ambrosia. Yeah, go no, bud.
I was just gonna say, before you went and killed most of them, I would have tied you up as well, thinking you would have been part of this all.
No, that's fair. I would have done the same thing in your
Logical
situation.
conclusion.
Duchess will ask, yeah, why did my favorite whatever day of the week it is bar get shot up tonight, guys?
Yeah, you know,
Dom just gives a
listen. What we should do, right? What we need to do is let's not. Hey, Dom, let's not get these people who are on the level. Let's not worry too much about that. We need to talk to this elf. We need to find out why this elf's here. Then we'll know. You know.
All right.
We can make
You
it
find
talk.
anything, Ambrosia?
Ambrosia, having rolled in a pretty middling way, will present you with, fortunately, things were not hugely hidden. Presents you with a switchblade knife.
Okay.
Presents you with
insignias on it, or is it just standard?
standard switchblade knife. Presents you with a book, a very small book about this size. It does not appear to be handwritten. It is a published work. It is in Elvish. Do you speak Elvish, Dominic?
Is that one of my languages? I
we
do,
all?
because that's the
Don't
that's
we all
lingua
speak
franca.
Elvish?
Yeah.
That's the lingua
Yeah.
franca
It's
of
common.
this world. Yeah.
That's right.
Of this
Sorry.
country, at least.
No, I did actually misspoke. It is in Old Elvish.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so this is like Beowulf. It's like
So what is
It's-
Old Elvish actually called, or is it Old Elvish?
in this case, Old Elvish is Gaelic,
Darn. Okay, nope,
Like-
don't speak that.
the old
Okay.
and old tongue.
all right. I recognize these characters, but where are the vowels in this word?
Precisely.
An old Elvish book.
Mhm.
That's a little odd for an elf to be carrying around. It's primarily academic. Can I see it?
You can read Old Elvish, Rat.
Of course, it's necessary for any type of academic pursuits.
All right. Read it. And I'll inspect. I'll keep an eye on. Try to see if he's doing any deception-y stuff by
Okay.
mistranslating it knowingly.
Scrakk, you
Not that I'm
can.
very
How
good at that.
would you know
I
if
wouldn't.
he was deliberately mistranslating it if you
It's-
don't speak Old English?
He'll just roll
Or
an
Old
insight
Elvish.
check and be like,
Yeah.
It's just
that
insight.
sounds
See?
like you're telling the truth.
I don't know enough about this language to say you're wrong, but that doesn't sound wrong.
Scrakk,
Body
no,
language.
no roll is really required here. If you want to go deeper, you could make a thing, but just thumbing through this is just and it's like a small, like just little pocketbook sized, just a collection of Elvish love poems written in the old tongue.
Ah, useless junk.
It could be a
But
court.
why old Elvish? That is odd.
Elvish Shakespeare, huh?
Oh,
Worse. Doesn't even have literary merit. Is this? I will rephrase it. Do these poems have literary merit?
Ooh, roll a integrity check.
Wait, you're a
Let's see if your heart
you're
is
a,
moved.
you're a person of science. It's not a person of letters. So it's not like you'd be able to tell, right?
I have a
Cultural or-
wide-ranging education, thank you.
Cultural or aesthetic significance.
I have a question.
Right.
Could be sung of songs. You never know.
He had to take
Oh,
gen ed
let
classes
him do
in
his
college.
thing first.
10. 10.
10. What's the fucking point?
What's the point? I hand the book back to you. It's love poems.
Because Duchess did what she did in the war,
Mhm.
Would, and if the answer is no, I fully understand that I'm probably reaching. Would calligraphy allow me to see if there's anything special about the way it's kind of published or whatever? To see if there's a code.
That is
a code
absolutely something one can do with calligraphy proficiency, 100%. If you would like to inspect it, you can make a calligraphy roll.
I would,
sure.
yes.
Okay, so just roll with your calligraphy modifier.
Are you still holding on to your drink while you're trying to read
Oh,
this book?
absolutely, yeah. I flipped the page with my tongue. There's no COVID in this world. She can do that.
Oh my God. That is true. The one good thing about this world.
That's the next arc, actually.
Oh no.
Tuberculosis.
Calligraphy. 16.
Not even going with Ebola.
A 16. I'll phrase it like this. You see no evidence of like secret codes or strange. I will say that you feel it is a cheap print. It is not like a super high end thing. It's a cheap print. A 16, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be. It seems like it's cheap. You suspect it was printed overseas. You don't think it was printed.
Okay. And last question: on the front or the back cover, or like on the inside, does it say like this book belongs to? Like, is it written on in any way? Or
It has no handwriting on it. No, it is just a well-worn book of sort of elvish love poems. Sha'Nehl, yes.
It could still be a code book, for a key book for codes, like spies used a certain book as the key for a cipher.
Perhaps.
So that's a good point.
Alrighty then.
That only occurred to you now.
Alrighty then. I open up the elf switchblade.
Ambrosia says,
if I get into the torture?
Ambrosia says, oh yeah, go ahead, Scrakk.
Can I look at the book again and actually see if I can see a code?
Well,
wow, you're gonna mansplain my proficiency
Wow.
to me already?
Well, it's a different type of. I can read the language. Can you read it, Kyla?
Can I understand the language? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
I'm too pretty.
I can actually understand the language.
So what Duchess was doing was going through and looking at the print and margins and seeing if like codes had been done by the printing of it. You're now wanting to look at the actual words. I will allow you to roll an investigation check, but you'll have you're going through the book. This is going to take you some
That
time.
is a time.
So this
I'll
is
do that.
Scrakk looking through it.
He's gonna do that in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Question, Philip.
Yes.
As to how this class works. If I were to summon forth a spirit that is good at torturing people,
Interesting.
and I gain proficiency in intimidation,
Mhm.
and I already have intimidation proficiency, so it would become expertise, or
very good question. I believe.
and then could I use the
Go ahead.
I'm already expertise in intimidation.
Could I use the ability to create a spectral tool for the job in hand to like summon spectral like saws and
So yes,
cutlery?
what I would say is it would be less of the. I mean, you could sort of half do it what you're describing. In that case, I don't think.
Wait, did we successfully kill anyone outside?
You killed like 3 people, 4
Why
people.
don't one of you mannequin people channel them?
You can. The spirit mediums do not channel any ghost. Spirit mediums channel cooperative ghosts who know how to do things they need to do.
Oh, but
Spirit
Usually,
mediums do not-
ghosts that you recently murdered aren't the kind of ones that want to come into your body and help you.
I mean,
Well, what is even
maybe
the
if you
point?
gutsy them up a bit.
we could inspect their bodies, see if they have anything on them that
We're gonna go
reveals
do this
their
whole discussion
identity.
while I'm doing
So,
switchblade.
like,
We've
you
got
never
a
know.
perfectly torturable one right here.
One of those elves
Well,
could be
you
like
go
that driver.
ahead and torture. I will go and inspect their belongings
All right. Yeah.
and take.
Seems fine to
Maybe
me.
they have some money too.
You can certainly
nonsense.
do that. So in answer to your question about how the class works, it is here on the it is on this Channel of the Dead feature under One Who Did. You can choose a skill that you're already proficient, in which case you can basically gain expertise. That is an option for you. In your case, I would say, especially because Dominic is already an intimidator, what you could definitely do is find a willing torturer in the ether who would enter your body and create torture implements, and you would have proficiency in using those. That's
All right. I would imagine
that is
Leona
what-
would be pretty good as an ex-soldier at torturing people as well. But
yes,
I could
but
use another torturer.
you don't have but I mean, I will give you proficiency in torturing tools, and then the torturing of
that's
this
fun.
person will have proficiency. I will say that is a dark use of this, especially because you're a fucking mannequin, so that will be the scariest person any humanoid has ever seen, is a mannequin whose face changes, conjuring a ghost and making ghost tools to just make them hurt so much they talk. So this is a dark campaign, is kind of what I'm saying, apparently.
Well, that was the idea, yeah.
It is a noir game, so yeah. But that is how the class works. Just for actually excellent questions all around on that. Yes, it is. It is. You do not say, "Now possess me, ghost," and I know all you know. It is more. In fact, not that anyone cares for this, KJ, but at this moment, one of the subclasses is actually all about like getting things like speak with dead at will and learning to like communicate with those specific undead and get their information that way. So, yes, that is answer to that question. So it sounds like Sha'Nehl wants to go outside and look at the bodies to do some more investigation. It sounds like Leo is considering channeling a torturer.
Yes.
Scrakk.
I am considering that, yeah.
Scrakk is carefully reading a book.
So we're going to be a random
I am
torture.
already losing IQ reading this nonsense.
And Luminus, what are you up to?
Is
I
he just
just
in the
wanna
back
see what-
room with a milkshake?
Yeah. I just want to see what this person, like, what the reason was.
Yeah, you just
He's just watching,
looking for
sipping
the-
Yeah,
milkshake.
no, I'm here for the show right now.
Little bit of popcorn in there, and I'm there with the elf's own switchblade, opening it up, and I also have expertise in intimidation. I'm also a charisma character as well,
yeah.
so
Is
Also
this
with
going to
this-
be loud?
Well, it depends how much fun I get to get.
I'm
Wait,
going to
so
go
you're not
outside.
channeling a new. I'm sorry. Did you just? Wait, okay. So you're not channeling a new ghost. You're using or spirit. You have one, or you're using the one you already have.
It depends. I assume Leona will be pretty good at torturing people just from her background, but I could take a specifically person who is good at like an actual torturer spirit and do that instead. Which one would you deem would be more appropriate for this DM?
He looks
Well,
just
for
fine.
the full
Le-
Monty.
Leona doesn't have proficiency in these things. Like the whole
Right.
point of the class is you're going to channel a spirit who specifically does.
Right.
So
But I mean, I assume
Probably that.
the mannequin doesn't have all of the proficiencies of the three spirits all the time.
true.
Is the thing.
I do just want to
I'm
point
sorry.
out-
I see what you're at. I am so sorry. I misunderstood. So
Right.
you were basically saying, should I let Leona go full control and
Right,
have her
it's-
history?
exactly.
That is up to you. If you think Leona was torturing people is a pretty extreme thing to do. Most soldiers don't
true.
know how to torture people.
Yeah, Duchess
yeah.
doesn't know how.
Yeah, like
Well, Leona
Duchess-
is a bit of a sociopath, so
okay.
that doesn't mean you're good at torturing. That just means you're good at facing pain.
that's true.
Quick question for you, Leo.
Uh-huh.
Did you enjoy that line of work? Like, did you like it?
Well, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I mean, everybody takes pride in their craft, right?
That sounds like a lie. I'm gonna go with the other mannequin and help her look at dead bodies.
All right,
You
whatever
do
floats
that.
your boat, girl.
So you're proud of the torture.
Well, I mean, if you do a good job at something, you might as well be proud of it.
No, that's a fair point. I do just want to point out that I don't know why I'm in a twang again. I just want to point out that a number of the Gestorian studies on torture show it's not very effective. The
Oh,
torturee
continue
will
reading. Continue
likely
reading,
say
Rat.
anything to make it stop.
All right, so
Good to know.
I'm gonna go
Can I-
outside.
can I finally twirl around this elf's switchblade, point it, pretty close to his face, and use my intimidation skill?
Is he even
Sure.
awake? I mean, I'm not in the room, but is he
She's-
even
oh,
awake yet?
her.
She's not yet
Okay.
awake.
Yeah.
Leo, are you channeling
Shall we begin?
the dead?
I'm trying to decide if Leona would
I
be the one to do it, or
I don't
pick
think you
somebody
need
else.
to. This orc guy looks like he's got.
Right,
it
but I
pretty
want
down.
to help him out, basically. Use a help action, essentially, but just with flavor.
But you need to be.
But
proficient.
I mean, that's basically saying he can't get the job done.
I mean, 2 heads are better than 1, right?
In torture?
Yeah. Like tag team, you know.
Is this
Good cop.
The
Are we really
best
having a
case and the worst
conversation
case.
in my back room about the most efficient ways to torture here by
I
these 2
don't
guys
know
who just
anything.
walked
I
in here
defer to you,
1
good
hour
sir.
ago? Just enjoy your milkshake there, friend.
Okay.
All right. Let's. I have no idea what that book they were carrying means, so let's wake this gal up and see
right.
what she knows.
So Scrakk is going out to the room. We have Sha'Nehl and Duchess going to look over bodies. Ambrosia's kind of just like... Ambrosia just kind of sits back down. Luminus, you're in here watching. Are you... And you're about to channel the dead. Or you might not
Yes.
now, Leo. You are going to.
I think I will, yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, that's
In that
right.
case,
Ambrosia. Accompany the Duchess and the other plastic.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I can do that. She walks out. Gianna, at this point, just one last time, is gonna say, "Hey, but maybe before we do this, like, maybe can we just, She's like pointing to like the open crate, that you've got into to give Cynthia some, jars to serve. And she's like, "What if we just? I mean, look, I'm shot up. You're shot up. Come on, why don't we just get a little hit of, get a hit of some healing, right? Come on."
Do you have?
You're gonna think better if you do it.
Look, you don't. As I said a million times, the contraband is for sale. If you want it, you pay for it.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, if you give me a crate of this, hey, it's your establishment, it's fine. She'll back off. She just seems very antsy. So we're going to do with my new die of the night. Evens will be team. Is Evens outside or inside? Just conceptually.
I think the odd people are the torturers here, so I
Yeah,
would put
that's fair.
evens
That's
outside.
Evens out, odds in. Gotcha.
Hey, don't let me in with them right
If
now,
the
right? I'm not
odd
torturing.
people doesn't include
You're-
the
yeah,
tune,
you're watching.
you guys are off the rails. Do you understand that? Like,
I'm just being an intimidating half-orc. I'm playing to my skills here.
Well, in that case, yes, I've rolled an 11, so we are starting with the very odd ones. We're starting with them hard. So,
All right.
Dominic, jump in, Gianna, Leona right now.
Leona, yeah.
Leona and Luminus are in the room. Leona, are you?
Yeah, I'll say this is Leona taking full control.
where do the other 2 go if one takes control?
They can still see and hear everything. It's just kind of like they can look away if they want, and they can't.
Oh my god,
speak.
you basically put them into a sleep paralysis mode? That is so upsetting.
Well,
Your
no.
whole existence is upsetting. Oh my god.
Well, no.
Says the
they
dude
can
as
move and stuff, and, like,
Martini is
they
being
don't
poured out of her
have to see
wounds.
out of my body.
That's
It's
horrifying.
It's kind of like when they're not using my eyes to see, they're in a liminal state between life and death.
Oh, stop fucking
Not
just
knowing the
just
feeling.
torture the guy. Oh
All
my
right,
god.
cool. I'll just kind of assume full control.
So much more fascinating than I first
Crouch
thought.
down, and wait for them. Just kind of like try and wake them up. We got this mannequin face as close to them as possible,
Okay.
so that's the first thing
So-
they see when they wake up.
Leona's in full control.
Yes.
Okay, that is upsetting. All right. So then, if you awaken this elf, that is doable. I'll say the elf technically has 0 hit points right now. But will
After
like,
an hour, they regain
after
1
an
hit
hour,
point.
so we can say you guys dicked around that long, no problem. And she sort of groggily sort of comes to. Have you gagged her,
Hey.
or you've just?
No, we were gonna talk to her. Why would we gag her?
Okay, so basically you
It's just
she
tied
kind
up.
of comes awake and looks and
I
sees.
know.
Oh,
Good morning, sunshine.
Oh my god. And then she'll say to you, what you? Oh god. Oh fuck, is this hell?
Not yet.
Hey,
Oh,
You're gonna wish it was though pretty soon if you don't tell us what you want to know.
Oh.
hey, this is my back room here.
Well, yeah, my friend here has a few questions you want to ask. So
Could have
just
stopped it sooner.
be real cooperative, and then if you won't, wish you were dead.
Oh my god. Ah. Hi, Orc. Where's that cartoon?
Don't worry about her. We've got questions. First off, why? Who sent you here?
Well, my question back is, do you know who I am? If you did, you wouldn't have me back here. Oh,
This one's cute.
this is gonna be so much worse for you. If I were you, well, I'd say you should let me go, but you're a stupid orc, so there's very little chance of that happening, isn't it?
Can I break one of our fingers? That's me asking the DM, not her.
Oh,
Or,
Oh.
oh, you're not asking. You're not asking Dominic.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was out of character because he wasn't in the voice. So
If you're asking if you break a finger, you can reach out and break a finger. Now,
are you in character asking me though?
Sure, yeah, I would ask you. This is your torture. I'll be polite and ask permission first.
I'll say. Maybe she needs some convincing. So yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Are you able to break a finger? Does your plastic support that sort of force?
I can summon the tool for the job, right?
Mhm.
Because I have the, yeah, okay. So I just have some sort of, I don't know what I would use, I guess just like,
Pliers, I guess.
yeah, pliers or something like that. Something
All right.
upsetting, yeah.
so something upsetting. This game's real fun and lighthearted. You do that. Okay, go ahead and roll. So this is going to be a combination of your proficiency and your dexterity or intelligence.
All right.
And
One mission
you're actually
in GTA 5.
you're doing a very specific thing with this, which is a horrible thing. And torture is not cool or fun, but we're playing a noir game, so now the PCs are doing it. So go ahead and make your check.
We here do not condone torture in any
Yeah,
way.
please
in the
don't
real
do this
world.
in real life.
Please don't torture. The hottest take of 2022.
Also,
Yeah.
don't lump all the PCs in, please.
That is
Also,
true.
it's not effective.
It's very not effective.
Yeah, it's also not effective, but proficiency is
I was trying to make it so it was just Dominic, but no.
Nope.
What's the torture? All right.
The
18.
18 is enough to inflict pain without harm. That is really what you're rolling for when you do this. It is making the person hurt without actually taking hit points away, because this person has 1 hit point.
Yep.
It would
They'll
not
just
be
be
hard
knocked
for
out
you
again.
to just continue knocking her out, at which point, like death saves or not, you're just killing, like it's the thing. But
Right.
you do, with that tool proficiency, manage to cause her tremendous pain. She screams, cursing at you an old elvish curse. But
Alright.
you've broken her finger.
All right, miss. Well, that was not just for torture. That's because in case you know how to cast spells, right? We need to stop you from being able to do that with your fingers and hands.
When you say, I know Duchess isn't in the room. Never mind.
So, friend, if we knew who you are, we'd be in for it. But you obviously know who we are here in Little Trachaloy. You came to my bar and shot it up. So tell me, I don't believe we have any beef with your party until you came and shot up my place. Or do elves eat meat?
Some do. The wood ones do.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we do.
High elves don't. Wood elves do. She'll kind of glare at you for a second. Lame.
So here's my deal. You tell me what you know, I'll let you have a little hint of my goods to heal you up.
Now at that, her eyes go huge, seeing what you're now kind of gesturing to and realize, understanding this is a speakeasy. Suddenly, you do have her attention.
Oh. Can I tell that she didn't actually know what this place was before she shot it up?
You can ask her that, but you get a sense of like this is new information to her that it has all that there.
What?
So
You didn't know.
Did you
What this
just come
place
and
was.
shoot up a place just randomly?
Who does that?
You
Who
just,
does
like,
that?
Roll you just have like a dartboard and you're like, oh, let's shoot this
Elves.
place. Yeah.
give me a potion and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Hey, I'm an elf too. Come on.
Oh, look at the plastic.
I'm not gonna even respond to that sort of thing. I don't even know what you are. Look, listen here. You're in our establishment here. We tell you, and if you provide good enough payment, we reward you. So, and I will use my intimidation skills.
Roll intimidation check.
Can I be?
I'll say
helping with this?
at advantage because my god.
13 was it, plus 7, so a non-nat 20.
20.
So, tell me, friend, either we can have an amicable relationship, minus you shooting up my establishment, or we continue this negative relationship.
It wasn't against the Ark specifically. I don't know that we quite understood. I didn't even know the name of the place. We were just told it was a speakeasy on the corner, and just to kill everyone inside.
Who?
I mean, we're not in Little Trachaloy here, so.
Question: Who is we? Who are you?
Me and my mates, the other elves.
There's a lot of elves here.
Right, but like
You'll need
what
to-
specifically which like who?
The ones you shot. We were given an opportunity to make a little money, and we took it.
By who?
Here's the
Are you
thing.
not? You're not a family then.
Oh, I'm a part of one. I was doing some moonlighting. Which, I'll be honest, they're not going to look too kindly on me moonlighting, especially if it drags their name in the mud. But
I think we're a bit past that point, aren't we?
Look at the pendant around me neck.
I'll reach forward and rip it off.
There's no
Assuming
pendant
it's-
around. There's no pendant around her neck. You took it. You took it.
Shit, who took it? Yeah, someone took it.
Ambrosia, she was trying to hand it to you, but she doesn't. She never interrupts.
Yeah.
I
remember
sent her away.
somebody
I sent her away.
somebody took it last time, yeah.
But I don't know that, so it's like,
I'm in a breen. I'm in a breen. She now looks a little more nervous. I'm in a breen.
So it looks like you're trying to pull a fast one on Dom here, huh?
I'm Silverleaf. I'm Silverleaf. I'm what do you fucking orcs call it? I'm maid. You understand?
You're a maid family.
Well, we call it Silverleaf because we're cultured.
Now that is just classist, culturist. You can't do that here.
I'm trying to introduce some levity in the situation. Your fucking plastic monster just broke my finger.
If you want to do
Thank you
levity,
very much.
if you want levity, I hope you have some carpenters to fix up the bullet holes you have in there, because that onion's not going to do that.
I can make it right. I can make that right. I have contacts. Good elvish. I didn't realize that the orcs were outside of Little Trachaloy. I didn't realize you had any fronts
We're
outside
in
of
here.
it.
We're on the edge of it, but it's still a little. Is it still a little Trachaloy? Or
Yeah,
is
it
just
definitely
outside?
is. She's like, I thought the border was Margaret Street.
No, it is clearly on Olive Street.
Oh fuck.
Are you kidding me?
All right.
Did you
well,
gun down the wrong place? Are you doing that incompetent?
well, honestly, I did
Hey,
think so.
people get confused sometimes, all right?
I wasn't
trying to do my
thinking that,
work
but
in
now I
here,
am.
man.
What's the name? What's the name of your speakeasy? We were meant to shoot up a place called Chinchi Alley.
Yes, that is here. Oh,
All right.
Okay, so you weren't mistaken. You meant to shoot up my place.
All right, but
Yo.
who wants to
All
shoot
right.
up your
So
place?
now that we know who you're okay, you're maid. So you deserve a little bit of respect.
I do
tell me.
apologize. I wouldn't have taken the job if I'd known this was a motza. You know, I wouldn't have. If I'd known this was your family, I wouldn't have come for it. If it was a motza,
All right,
I
then.
wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have done it.
Then who was stupid enough to set both of us against each other?
Right. Well. All right. Now this is where things get a little bit awkward.
Now, don't you start talking about some. What is it? What do those docs call it? Client privilege, confidentiality.
No.
They lied to you first.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. I work for certain members of certain families, but the person who sent me to this is a member of he's an O'Leary. Now you know that name, the Olira. That is the main
The elf
elvish
mafia, right?
group. Yeah, that is the main elvish mob. Kind of like think Irish mob, the Oliras. They are the big time one. She'll say, but he's not a member. He's just a relative, you understand, and he's just got a lot of money, and he just asked us to come here. That's all.
Roll a insight check. This is obviously a lie. I do not
What's his
believe
name?
any of this at all.
All right,
But I'll roll
I-
insight.
go ahead and roll it.
I'll roll it too.
That is a 5. So no matter what, I don't know whether it's true or not. Whether
You
the
can't
lie-
tell.
So I'll just go with my
I
gut and say that can't be.
I
Right.
got a 13.
You don't sense any deception on that point. But we thought it would be okay. We didn't realize he didn't know he was sending you after. But I genuinely don't want to cause trouble for the family. But you want the truth, so I'm telling you the truth. Can I have just a wee tipple of a potion then? I'm fading the it's getting a little darker around the edges of my eyes. You understand? I'm vision's tunneling a bit. How can I help you if I'm dead? And how can I answer your questions? And how can you not get in trouble for killing a maid elf, right?
She's not bleeding or anything.
I don't know about the fading part. but
She's bleeding in
telling the
numerous places. You guys cut her
Okay,
all over the
alright.
place.
True. Yeah. There's a pile of blood on the floor. It's like, no, that was already there, wasn't it? Or is that your blood?
I don't know. What's your back room for? Is it? Have you other people's blood down here?
We're a
too?
family. What do you
At-
think a backroom is for?
At
I don't know. Storing stuff.
At this point, we are actually going to cut outside. Now, Scrakk, you're just reading the book, so you're not going outside. You'll go back to a table.
I
somewhere.
sit down, look again.
But Sha'Nehl and Duchess, the two of you, go outside. There are 3... No, there are not. One of them was in the car and drove away. Gianna stabbed through a thing. So there are 2 shot-up elves on the ground.
Okay. Right.
There's also a decent crowd of people around here. And sort of standing among them and like telling them to move along, carrying kind of like a paper bag, is a brickborn named Zipgun. He's like, oh,
Gun.
hey, what happened here? Hey, is everybody all right?
Ambrose is
not.
there with them.
Everything is peachy. They just tripped. They tripped on a banana peel and knocked themselves out. They are fine.
Clear
Okay.
wounds that are dead.
Well, geez, I gotta go. Ambrose, is everything okay? Does the boss need anything? Ambrose is like, I'm out here to look at bodies. What? Hey, Ambrosia, what the hell are you holding? It's a pendant. I found one on the one in there.
Ambrosia, go inside and give that to Dominic.
Oh, sorry, the boss told me to come out here. He'll go. Here,
He
I'll
would
give it.
want
I'll
you
give it.
to.
I'll give it to him. Is everyone okay? Did anybody die?
Yeah, these 2.
Okay. He walks in with the boss's chocolate bar, and he goes into the main room. Scrakk, you see him. You see Zipgun. Who you were helping with guns earlier, or actually you decided not to help with guns earlier. Duchess gave him a bit of advice. He kind of goes over to.
Oh, that guy. Right.
He's a brickborn. Scrakk, you do see him kind of go and like check on Cynthia, and he pulls out some candy which he leaves for her kid. And Cynthia just looks very shell shocked, and he kind of, okay, and then he kind of walks past you muttering. You have actually your passive perception's not that high, so you just hear him muttering under his breath.
My passive perception's not high, and if I'm reading, it's like at disadvantage.
So you walk past. So just only the viewer hears him going. Now's definitely not the right time to ask her on a date. Oh my god! Okay, just shut up. I spent a lot of money on candy for a kid for nothing. He goes into the back room. We'll come to him in a moment. Meanwhile, Duchess and Sha'Nehl, you were standing there with Ambrosia, who just gave that pendant away, no problem. There's these 2 bodies on the ground.
Do I see any law enforcement in the crowd?
Make a perception check.
It is 13.
You do not notice any law enforcement. The crowd is not that big. It's more just some, looky-loos. It's raining. It's not I mean, people were curious about a big shoot-up, but,
Then
Sort of
I go
Dracula.
through the pockets of one of them.
You may. You can make an investigation check. Duchess, what are you doing?
I guess I'll look at the other one, the one she's not.
Make an investigation check on that body, then.
I have a 15.
Drink in hand.
A 15. I guess I actually should roll for those.
I have a 12.
12. Neither of you find any like notable identifying marks or such things. Sha'Nehl, in the pocket of the one you're looking at, you actually do find a note, handwritten in an Elvish script, describing this place and putting down a time. Now, I think we actually went into the time last time a bit. The time that it references is 9, which I believe is when you all planned to meet. It says 9 p.m. It's in an Elvish hand.
What time is it now?
By now it's 10
Interesting.
or so. It's
Okay.
10:30. It's much later.
Do I find any money?
You find a bit of money, sure. I guess you really would, and that it legitimately matters in this game. On your body, they have 6 copper and 1 silver. Duchess, the body that you're looking through, has 2 copper and 3 silver, so actually a good bit more money. You don't find any notes or jewels or sort of anything too notable on that.
2 copper, 3 silver. Okay.
And both of you find a switchblade on each of those people. They both have a knife.
I will take the copper and give it to Cynthia Park when we go back inside.
Understood. And keep the silver for you.
Oh, sorry, no, I mean the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's nice.
A
So
tip.
What am I gonna spend the money on? Beautiful jewels of colors and clothing? No. What the fuck am I gonna do?
I
with
like
it?
the idea that you at some point you finish off the last of your martini, and then as some starts pouring out of a hole, you cycle the glass back down to just catch one last.
The effects only last for the one bit. No, the holes are gone.
I go inside. Do I know the handwriting of Professor Tascia Brunotti?
Ooh, excellent
Would I
question. That's a just roll a d10.
I mean, if it's legible, it's probably not theirs.
It is a 4.
A 4. You don't know Tashia's handwriting well enough to sort of be able to tell. But as
Then
you
I-
guys have, Duchess, are you doing anything else outside?
I mean, there's just 2 bodies there.
Yeah, and you're just leaving them in the street.
What am I, a fucking dead
I'm
person? Job?
We are
No, I'm not.
We are no undertakers.
I'm just confirming. So great. So yeah, you guys, if the two of you sort of come back in, yes, Sha'Nehl, you were about to do something once you were back inside the bar.
Yes, I would like to find Scrakk
He's sitting right there.
and sorry, Scrakk, can I bother you for a minute?
This such nonsense. I mean, the literary structure is not even that great. No use of
Yes,
compound
yes.
sentences.
Something a little bit
translation,
more
but,
important at the moment.
uh,
Do you know the
Scrakk,
handwriting?
roll. So we'll hold this. Scrakk, go
I
ahead
poke.
and roll your
I poke
investigation
him.
check. As you're poking.
Okay.
Roll it. Enough time has gone through for you. To
Roll at disadvantage because he's not bothering you.
That's gonna be a 21.
A 21. You see no. You. I mean, you could think. I mean, there's a million ciphers. Something could be where it's we'll use every third book from this without coded messages. You'd really have no way of doing it. But I will say with the 21, you don't see a clear cipher to
Pattern.
lay over it just based on what it is. It is just a collection of love poems.
slam it closed and wasted my time and throw it at the end of the table.
Greg.
I look up and I notice Sha'Nehl there for the first time.
You knew. And I whisper, Professor Tasha Brunotti as well. You think you would be able to recognize her handwriting?
Would I?
What do you?
Make a. Are you showing him that note?
Well, I will if he says yes.
I would say off the top of your head, make a flat int roll.
Sure. Flat with int is 17.
You feel like you remember it.
Okay. It's been a little bit of time, but worked with her often
Does this
enough.
look familiar to you?
Make an
I am not
investigation.
sure.
That is going to be a 15.
It does not remind you the sort of most people of Trachaloy, be they bugbear orc, the sort of the tilt of the writing, even if an elfish script is different. This seems much more like an elf wrote it.
It's I don't think so. Looks
Interesting.
it's a little hard to tell. I'm used to doesn't look like anything that any of the researchers or the people I worked with would write. Maybe an elf. Not from here.
All right then.
Where'd you find it?
On the body of one of the dead elves, I begin to suspect that we were set up.
That's certainly what it looks like. But why?
That is the question. I wonder if Professor was involved or there is something else is going on.
Well,
It is something we should investigate, I feel.
question to the DM. So
Yes. I will also just mention that throughout this conversation, just in perfect cartoon way, Duchess has been standing on the side, like opening her mouth, just because I've seen it, like just like, like the mouth getting bigger every time. Go ahead and ask your question, Scrakk.
This is for the DM actually. So I know that I am at least aware of who Sha'Nehl and Leo are.
For sure.
Do I know who they are, or just like I'm familiar with their names and like what surrounded them?
You know that Leo apparently is the thing those three people were trying to build and died doing, and you know that Sha'Nehl used to be Halia's, sort of like servant or operative. So you're familiar with them. Duchess, there's a brief pause if you want to say something, or you could roll a performance check to like just really ham it up and like get split second distracted, and then when you turn back, they're already talking again, and that would give you tune points if those were something.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say that Duchess would give the money to Cynthia and then give her and her son weighted tune blankets.
Weighted tune blankets.
I can't
Understood.
manifest like I don't know 3D or whatever a tune would call a non-tune. I don't
Sure.
even know.
Sure,
I don't want to
yeah.
say reality because that
Would it
sounds
just
wrong.
be ink, or would it be real?
Yeah, you kind of put them in some inky stuff
They're
now,
all
and
real.
it's your yes.
Ink
you can
stuff is
absolutely-
real stuff in this, just like in her
Yeah.
friend Roger Rabbit. So I don't know what to call non-inked stuff as a tune.
No,
Like
you
that other
yes
thing
you
turned into ink.
yeah no you definitely give them sort of tune animated blankets. Starting at next level, you can actually give them like physical things that they'll feel. That's when you get your I got the perfect thing for that. But for now, you can kind of just give them some
Yeah.
brief kind of cantripy momentary tune stuff. But Cynthia definitely accepts the money, although there's actually I'm gonna roll a thing for her. She's a little shell shocked, honestly, but she kind of certainly nods and pours you the rest of whatever drink you like. The bottle's gone at that point.
Oh, well, thank you. I was actually gonna stop. Just kidding. I wasn't. No.
She was like, okay. So yeah, Scrakk, go ahead.
Just a quick follow-up question. For the tunes, how common are they? Is like Duchess Contest an anomaly, or is this like fairly?
They are uncommon but known. You certainly have seen a few of them. There's probably
I'm not an anomaly. I'm just drawn this way.
Yeah.
There's maybe like in this town there's maybe like 200 of them.
Okay.
There's
They're
more here
like,
than anywhere else.
they're like a thing. Okay, cool.
They're a thing for sure. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just mutter under my breath for a minute, and there's got to be a connection between me and Leo and you and the Duchess. That type of combat skills is not natural. Has to be a setup.
Can I hear him?
Yeah.
Or is
he's
he
saying
muttering
this
like
all-
to himself?
I mean, he's muttering, but
I'm muttering to myself, to
But,
other
like-
people.
but
Okay.
it's audible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audible mutters.
No, sorry. My combat skills are just because I was fighting. I was in the war. Well, you probably were not, but
No, I was
Are we
doing-
going
doing
army
research-
versus civilian?
research behind the scenes,
Yeah, yeah, so-
not directly. I had basic training, but
He has
not
flat feet.
not experience in actual
Yeah.
combat situations.
I'm just here because I thought today was not. That today was a day that wasn't today, and now I'm here on accident. But it worked out, but it didn't because I guess everything got shut up. But I'm nothing to do with what's happening, except for what's happening in this conversation, in which case I have everything to do with that.
The probability is certainly odd. Yes,
Yes.
we should take this. We should take this to the back. This note.
If you guys are
Are you
thinking
gonna
of
buy
going
me
back
dinner
there-
first?
I would like to ask.
Why would I buy you dinner?
No, why would I go to the back?
Well,
Because
that
there's
is where the
information back
torture
there.
is happening.
While we'll say that if you guys are potentially going to the back in any sense, we will cut back to the back room, sort of like right basically when we cut away. But at this time, Zip Gun is coming back. Zip Gun is bringing you. He's chewing some gum as he was instructed to do. A fresher brand. He has a candy bar, as requested by his boss, in one hand, and he's holding a silver leaf pendant in the other. And he kind of walks back and goes, "Jeez, oh boy, oh man, this is crazy." Leo,
howdy
you
there.
seem to have a question. Ah!
Oh, don't
So-
mind me.
No, do.
All right.
Do.
Oh, wait, the pendant? Oh, is that
Yeah,
your pendant then?
Ambrosia had this
Here,
on
here.
her, right? On kind of
Oh,
hands it over to
that's
her.
from. All right, give it to me. And
Then
since
he
she's,
hands you a candy bar as well.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Since I know that
do with
this
that?
person is fading, open up the pendant. Is it the kind lock that opens, or is it
It's
like
not
the
even a
insignia?
locket. It's just a silver leaf.
You guys torture with candy bars?
It's a.
We know how, but
She's like, that's mine. Can I please get a hit of something?
all right.
Yeah, little.
Wait. Before
Yeah.
we do that, I don't want to
Hey,
step on
hey.
your toes, right? It is your interrogation, but I would like to ask one question, if you don't mind.
First off, soldiers, families, we have to respect each other, right, friend? So, I'll just take one of these contraband stuff, not the high quality ones,
Jumping
not the
is
high
like,
quality ones, the
yeah,
low quality
yeah,
stuff,
uh-huh.
and then give it to this elf here.
Wonderful.
By the way,
you're-
what is your name,
I'm-
soldier?
I'm Boudica. I'm Boudica O'Brien.
Boudica? Like the former Celtic
I mean,
warlord?
yes, out of game
That's
like that.
Boudica. Yeah.
Boudica
Yeah.
in game. It's Boudica.
Is it
Boudica.
Boudica?
Boudica. Yeah.
In Boudica.
Okay.
So she's like.
Alright, just so you
I'm
won't die.
Boudica O'Brien. Yeah, I'm appreciate you, sir.
It'll take me
you're-
a little bit before, I get over, this.
I
Getting shot
understand.
at? Yeah, that's understandable.
And I don't want to cause any trouble, but I jump and Gianna's like, yeah, go ahead and break some out. Maybe we should all take a tipple. We all got shot, right?
She okay?
I'm
This
fine.
is just-
Don't worry. I'm sorry you helped us out. I apologize.
What is today?
Dragging you,
Wednesday?
fine.
It's just every other day for her. Don't worry.
Real funny. Just let me get the first sip of that. I want to make sure it's not going to kill her, right? What if it's bad? What if it's a bad batch? Let me take a sip so she doesn't get hit. Come on.
Hey,
Boudica, was it?
It was, and I'm sorry. Your name was Unfathomable Beast from Hell. What?
Sure, you could call me that, or you could just call me Leo. Leo
Spawn of
works fine.
Fiends. Right, whatever.
I'm with this person here. That is unsettling there, Leo.
Well, I do try to keep
Go
it to a
triple.
minimum, unless it serves a practical
You did
purpose.
it 3
which in this
times
case
for the
it
past
did.
hour.
Well, I said unless it serves a practical purpose.
Anyway.
I just wanted to ask you one question, Boudica. Do you know the name? Does the name Casey of Renati ring a bell to you?
I don't think so.
All right,
that?
just checking.
Is that the horrible person who created you? Is that the person who slept with some fiend from the depths and made something as terrifying as you?
You know, flattery will get you nowhere, but
Oh my god.
uh,
Actually, I changed my mind. Just kill me. That's probably better. I'm never gonna sleep again after this.
No. Don't worry about it, soldier. You'll forget after. I don't think this was one of our best batches, so I don't know what side effects it'll do. But at least those wounds healed up, right?
Are you gonna give? So are you giving her a potion?
Yeah.
Okay,
One- not the best of it.
So you're doing are you doing the lowest quality?
Yeah. She
Roll
shot
a
up my bar. She's not getting the best.
Roll a d4.
All right.
E4.
3.
3. Okay. So you give her a little bit of it, and it does actually
enough to
heal
close
her
the-
a few hit points.
Does it heal the finger?
No, but it heals some general hit points. I mean, she actually started with a good number of hit points, but you heal her, a standard minor potion of
Just
healing.
enough to close enough wounds. So she's
Enough
fine.
clues so she's kind of not on the thing. Gianna's like, yeah, great. She kind of she takes that out of your hand if you'll let her.
For the leftovers, yeah, fine. You can have the leftovers.
And then she goes, hey, Dom, come here. She pulls you aside.
Not now. We have
No.
business.
Not about that. It's about come here. She pulls you aside. Listen,
All right.
you buying this? I mean, look, I'm all for letting you get information, but I mean, come on, we got off this thing, right? Come on.
You know as well as I do the rules of families.
Yeah,
We coexist because we follow the rules, the
Hey,
laws.
Yeah, the laws. Yeah, except they're fucking elves, so they don't count in the laws. And two,
Hey.
see, look at that leaf you're holding. She says it's a silver leaf, right? How the fuck
Yes.
do you know? Is it silver? You sure it's silver? What if she just cast that out of pewter? You don't know. These elves, they got. no
I can
respect.
clearly see that it is shiny, right?
It's shiny.
It is
yeah.
lustrous.
It's lustrous. What if it's made of aluminum? Tin,
That is a question out of character. This is a question I've been asking. Can we tell gold and silver's tints apart without the colors?
You cannot. No. So please, if you want to inspect it, you can make a nature roll. The DC's high. People who are proficient in nature and can smell can actually make these checks. Can make easier perception checks, but you can try a nature check on it. Sha'Nehl?
Didn't people used to like bite in gold coins and stuff?
They do such things as that, but the nature check would tell you what you're looking for in the first place.
All right, I'll just roll a straight up nature check. It's like,
Yeah.
you do have a point though, so let's see.
She said she was Silverleaf, though, right? This is a question for the DM, right?
Yeah, she said she was Silverleaf.
Okay.
Basically, Jumpin' Gianna's like, let's kill her. We don't know if it's silver. Let's off her.
I rolled an 8, so I don't know whether it's silver or not.
You have no sense of if it is silver or not. I'm also going to say that as you ask this, she's there healing up a bit. Leo's over there. Duchess and Sha'Nehl do walk in, followed by Ambrosia.
And me.
Scrakk comes too. So yes, basically everyone's back here now.
All right. Well, we can't. Well, you do make
Do we
a
know
point.
the first name of the
Jump in.
person who hired them?
She's not set.
Just get a name.
Right.
No.
You were hired here. Is that right, Boudica? Sorry.
I was contracted
Duchess
to.
didn't go in there because she still thinks they're torturing.
Understood. Perfect. So Duchess stays out. So Boudica will say, we were sort of hired. We were just told to just do a quick,
What was the name of the person who hired you?
It was an O'Leara.
O'Leara.
So you don't want trouble with them. You should patch it all up to a misunderstanding, and
There will be
report
no
back
trouble. Just give us a name.
Why do you have so many fucking mannequins around here?
It is
I
You
wanted
asked
to know
so many
the-
fucking questions.
convection.
I want to know the answer to that too. This
Oi,
is
oi.
a weird day.
Jumbo Juliana goes, yeah, look, yeah, come on, we're not gonna.
Give us a name.
So, how can I guarantee? What sort of proof have you got of any of your claims? I mean, this
Let me
thing
get a
here.
name out of him because that will be useful later.
I've proof. What you need proof? I told you I've got a pendant and everything.
That's all right. That is fine. Just give us a name
Check
of the person who hired you.
Look at this letter.
I
You hold
take
that
the
up
letter.
to. Oh yeah, you're gonna
Hey.
Dominic. Gotcha. Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic.
This is the time you were all set to meet up.
Mm-hmm. Can't be a coincidence.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Our phone's invented?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hold the phone. Yeah. You all showed up here. The elves knew you would be here. Tell me, Boudica, this note, is that from your employer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whose name is?
That's the note we had.
What?
Sha'Nehl, why don't you make it? You're the one trying this. Make an intimidation check.
Okay, I am going to take off one of my arms.
Oh, the most fucked up thing I ever heard of.
Okay.
Actually.
And
That
I hold it up
Did
with
she
the
just
other
getting
one.
started?
Other hand,
okay.
and I said, tell me the fucking name now.
I will give
Do I
that
get
advantage on an intimidation check. Also, just because already been tortured, another mannequin with you. God damn it! Why are there mannequins? That was a bad idea.
9. Oh,
You gave us
it's 22.
this. You brought this on yourself, Philip.
22. Huh? She will very unhappily will just sort of bark out. Aldir. It's Aldir O'Leara. All right.
That's a name I know, right?
You have to type it in
This
chat.
you'll actually have to roll on this. I will type that. I'll type that in in Twitch chat.
Can
over
I-
there.
Can I roll insight?
You may roll insight for Shinsight. And as she says this name, I have to roll something actually.
Ooh, 23.
You sense no deception in that. You
For me,
sense-
knowing that
She
name,
would
I rolled a
say-
17 on the dice. What modifier do we put on there?
God, let's have this be.
History.
Add your.
Just-
there's
Just
a
general
thing I've
mobbiness.
actually-
I do proficiency.
There's a thing I want to do where I kind of want to often have any character be allowed to put their proficiency bonus on like their own business. So add
That's
your
what-
proficiency bonus plus your intelligence.
My int is +0, so
So
19.
it's plus 2. A 19.
+2, yeah.
The name Aldir O'Leara is well known to you. Aldir O'Leara is kind of like a member of the Olira family, like a scion of the family, who is not really a part of the organization. As far as you know, he hangs out where most of the sort of the Oliras hang out in Vesper Circle, which is one of like it's like a slightly fancy place, a lot of theaters.
Right.
You with a 19, you don't know exactly what his stomping ground is, but you're familiar with the name. He's kind of like he's a connected, protected person who just wastes a lot of inheritance and causes trouble, and the family has to clean up his business.
Right.
However, as this is going on, what's the dial?
Someone want to kill all of us. Doesn't make any sense.
Um,
Who would even know to connect
as
all
she's
of
sort of
us?
saying this, you all hear a gunshot. And like her throat just explodes.
I didn't do that. I promise I didn't do that.
And you hear a brickman go, "Oh shit!" And
What?
Zip Gun is holding a gun that he'd been putting together, and he's got like there's like some like gum rolling out from it. Jeez, I'm sorry. Oh no, is she okay? Can we save her? Can we save her? Jumping. Gianna goes. Hey, okay, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny right there.
Zip Gun!
What are you doing, Zip Gun?
What did I say about keeping into the corner when you're playing with guns?
I'm sorry. We got nervous. I'm sorry.
Can I insight that to see if you did that on
Yes,
purpose?
I would like to insight that.
He
Yeah,
100% didn't do that on purpose. He is not good enough to do that on purpose.
I don't know.
You
It
don't
could
know.
be
He
a
could be
plant.
a
You
great
never
guy.
know.
You may do that.
Yeah.
He could be
I
in
don't
it for
know
the long
inside it.
con.
Indeed.
That is the
Was-
longest con ever.
He was gone for the whole fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that suspicious?
But because I told him to be gone during the fight.
Another
Mhm.
23. Okay, I rolled the same thing again.
That's a
Oh.
logical point.
Roll the 1.
I rolled a 19.
He's being squirrely in this moment. He seems like to most people he seems truthful, but there was like one extra blink, and Luminus and Sha'Nehl have a sense that something's off with Zip Gun. Boss, I'm so sorry, boss. Sorry about that.
So, even though I know that, I'm playing into my character where I will always trust family members
Of
over
course.
others.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he has done this thing once or twice before. So I am not that much shaken up by this happening.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
In fact,
no good.
there's
no
a
bueno.
there's a bit of a habit of people accidentally getting shot by Zip Gun. Why don't you roll an insight check on that overall thing, Dom?
He's
All right.
like, who was it? Brent and Archer?
Yeah.
It's like that
Forget
scene
that
in
guy's
Pulp
name.
Fiction in the car.
I will say she
Oh,
is in.
Hensley shot Marv.
Oh, wow.
I'm
I know
going to say
Cyril's
that,
the one that accidentally shoots. Brett's the one that gets shot. Never mind. It's like Cyril and
I
Archer.
rolled
Oh my God.
17 on the dice, 18.
Okay. So in 18, I will say that I will say that it does dawn on you that he's done this a few times in key moments. People have been shot, like inconveniently for you by accident.
He's got a montage in his
Yeah.
head.
I've seen this.
However, in this moment, something truly improbable just happened. I said to
What?
myself, okay, well, I'm giving her like 2 failed death saves because of like I think she had 1 fail before she rolled 3 and stabilized, or you got stable, whatever. Oh no, you did non-lethal, so she was out.
Did she roll a 20 to
She rolls an
revive
at 20.
herself?
So in Coen Brothers fashion, this woman with like a thing
I'm
open,
not dead yet.
just like she like opens and like coughs blood all over Leo and Sha'Nehl. She's like,
Please
she
do
is still
not do
alive.
that.
She's
Wow.
still alive.
All
What are
right.
you guys doing?
Oh dear.
I'll
So-
run up and try to plug the wound and just be like, "We're gonna help
All
her?"
right.
Okay.
So, for me,
crap,
I got the
they
sense,
do.
I remember all the previous times Zipgun accidentally shot up, and they were really inconvenient, but I'll say, okay, Zipgun, get out of the room.
So sorry. He just
Yeah.
walks out. Yeah.
But then he fumbles again. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 6
Zip gun.
bullets, one
Oh,
for
God, I'm
each
so
of us.
sorry.
Zip Gun steps out. Really wish Zipgun had rolled really high and you guys had not rolled as high as you did. Zipgun leaves the room. So Duchess Contessa, you're out there. You see Zipgun sort of step out and kind of like rocks on his heels. He kind of wanders over to the bench where you guys, kind of the bar, and says, still raining out there. Very pretty,
Wow.
Cynthia. You know that? You're very pretty. You don't want to work here, do you, Cynthia? Cynthia's like, what are you talking about? There was just, he's like, yeah, all right. I'm just gonna step outside here for a second. He just moseys out the front door. Duchess, what's your passive perception?
14.
You then hear running footsteps.
Don't worry, so he's just gonna get a pack of cigarettes. He'll be back.
Okay, but the two people who noticed him, would they follow him out, or like?
No, I don't like.
If they would have,
He,
they
does,
yeah.
he doesn't work for us, so I don't see why
Did
he
Duchess hear
Yeah.
the gunshot from the back
trying
room
to save
from where
Dipper.
she was?
Yes.
Okay.
And Luminus, she is conscious with a hit point. It's a rough wound. Why don't you make a medicine roll as you're trying to save her? Duchess,
Yeah.
meanwhile, yeah.
Duchess
I'm
is
busy with
gonna
this.
calmly walk over to the door
Okay.
and just repeatedly knock.
Okay. So you guys now hear a knock.
Not like frantic, but just like,
I'll go grab it.
Tell
but
them
she. Yeah,
I open
this-
the door covered in blood. Yes.
Mhm. Hi. So, that Brickborn guy that's going to be really good at building guns one day. He looked kind of shifty while he was out here, and then he said he was going to get some fresh air, and then he ran away. Just thought you guys should know. I'll let you get back to your terrifying stuff.
Luminus, what did you roll?
That's a non-natural 20.
Luminus, you basically like you managed to I mean, obviously, and here's the thing. This person, because she survived that, you do have a lot of potions around here, so you actually can heal her pretty decently, but Luminus has stabilized her at least,
Right.
to a certain degree.
they're not mine to use, so I ain't
Oh
touching
no,
them.
I'm not saying you
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
grab
yeah.
a potion, just
Just her medicine skill.
if
did
you
that.
decide you want her
Yeah.
to survive, that's a possibility.
Anyway,
Duchess is going back to the bar
I'll,
after
res-
relaying the
I'll, res-
info.
I'll reply to the Duchess. Thank you for that info. Drinks on me.
Oh, well, I assumed. I mean, yeah, thank you.
You just said you trusted him with your life and he ran away.
It's
Jumping.
family business. You don't turn your back on family.
Your family sucks. I'm just
Well,
gonna
it
be
looks like
honest
your
with you.
family turned your back on you.
because
Hey,
yeah,
hold on, hey,
the
hey.
family
The
will
Matzo
shoot
family's
you in the
great. Hold
back.
on, hey. Juliana's really in your face about that.
Gianna.
Too many threads. Probabilities
Yes.
falling too low.
Hey.
Remember, go get that
Look,
guy.
let's get a really high quality. Like, let's get like a potion of greater healing out here and get that moving around here. She needs it. She needs it.
All right. Let's fix her up.
Are we not gonna
Bolivica,
like chase that guy that ran out?
we'll deal with one thing at a
He
time,
is-
man. This thing,
He is gone
this-
already.
this Bolivica, she dies, it'll be a problem. You know who the Aleras are? I do. I'm not gonna make a problem with those guys.
I'll take your word on that. I don't know what you're
Question.
talking about.
To my knowledge, do the Illyrians have anything to do with, like, the government, or are they just like full mob
good
family?
question. You don't know.
Could I
what
draw
they're
any
doing.
connection between them and like what I was doing?
Make a history roll.
History, okay.
And in the meantime, I was kind of trying to do many things, but I said I'll actually just let everything that happens. What do we got?
Is considered my own history for that proficiency you were just talking about, or no?
No.
Okay, cool.
This is general. Yeah,
18.
18. I mean, there are some like legit of the Olira family from way back in Leonde, so maybe there were some mages in there, but there's not like there's not some like, blinking light on it.
Okay.
For you. I would also say that at this point I am going to ask Sha'Nehl's was flirting with it because she did come in and use her arm as a weapon. So basically, Sha'Nehl, you are carrying your arm around, by the way, until you have a short rest. And you can reattach it. But I guess I will need Dominic and Leo to please make me morality saving throws.
Right.
Oh, that's not going to be good for me.
Having tortured someone.
12.
Okay.
That was 13 minus 1.
What is my bonus to morality saves? I rolled it. I got a 21.
21. All right.
Good enough.
Yeah.
What happens if we fail those? Do we know yet, or?
I don't think you know yet.
All right, cool. That sounds fun.
They're
Cool.
called for different reasons. This one, it would not have been the same options for both of you. You were not engaging in the same level of things. Yours would have been, there would have been a rather large effect on a failure from you, Leo.
That's understandable, yeah.
Fun. So I would have. Do we actually have legit potions of healing? Because she actually needs medical stuff here.
You have higher
considering the
quality ones where the chance of something going wrong is lower.
All right. We can't risk anything going wrong, so I'll use high quality stuff.
Okay, roll a d10 in that case.
D10, D10, D10. Whoops. 9.
9, you're fine. Yeah. You managed to patch her up okay.
All right, and
It's
then I
clamoring
give
for it.
leftovers to Gianna. It's like a dog or something like that. I'm giving the scraps to the dog.
Gianna does not like the fact that she is taking the leftovers from an elf. She once again, upon drinking this, kind of just is whispering to you, Dom, look, like, so what? We got a name. It looks like your Brickborn's fucking in the wind now. I don't know what's up with that, but we're not really letting this elf go, are we?
There's something more going on here. We've all been set up. These punks have been set up. We've been set up. Zipgun. How many of these, just like this Boudica here, did he accidentally shot up and we just let it go? He's been with us for years.
I don't
Years,
know
right?
that. Yes, I mean you haven't even been with the family that long, but yes, you've seen it. You've probably seen it happen once before. Maybe you heard about it before. That's why you set him in the corner. So Juliana will go, or Gianna, Jumpin' Gianna, not Juliana.
Yeah.
Jumpin' Gianna will say, yeah, that kind of sounds like a problem with how you're running your business here. Honestly, Dominic, if he keeps shooting people, he's probably.
I mean,
We gotta go find him. We gotta go find Zipgun.
one thing? Yeah, we should.
Yeah. But
All right.
but listen to me. With this going on, okay. The main thing that you and I should do about this, right?
Let's contact.
No. I know what you're about to say. Don't talk to the capo. The capo regime doesn't even know about this. We should handle this ourselves. You and me should handle this. We should show him that we don't go running and pulling on his apron strings every time something goes wrong. You know, let him cook the Sunday sauce. We'll handle business and then we'll all sit at the table together, capiche? Come on.
I assume we don't hear this conversation, right?
She's a little
I don't
blitzed
think
right
she's
now.
the kind that would.
So yes, you're overhearing this. She also feels like you guys are family.
When you're here, you're family. You know.
I don't mean to get it in your family business, but if we were attacked once and they know we failed and we're all here, this place may not be safe for much longer.
Well, then they
I
come back
believe
for us.
That is true.
Yeah. What do you
Why do
think?
they even want to kill us?
What do you think, Dom? But Dom. So what I'm saying, Dom. What I'm saying is, we handle this. Us and your new friends. This is some good muscle here. And if we need any more muscle, she kind of stares at one of those crates. You let me borrow one of these. 24 hours. I come with us with some. Remember how in the war they had those magical weapons? You know, the ones that stab real good, do more stuff. I can get us some of those. Come on. You let me do something with this. You and this little crew. You're down Zipgun now. Come on. You and this little crew. We do a little job. We get some scratch. We get some magic. Yeah. We handle this situation. We figure this out. We investigate this. Yeah. and we definitely kill this. We definitely kill this elf.
I'll put a rain check on the last bit, but you made sense on not contacting Capo.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Rodal doesn't need to know about this. Rodal doesn't need to know. Good, yeah. And about us working together and about us using a crate. 24 hours, and we get so much money.
What do I think of the whole magical weapons bit she said?
Magic weapons certainly exist. They're fairly controlled. They're fairly regulated. But you would not be surprised if the mafia gets their hands on them sometimes. But
they would still work. I mean, I have one too.
Magical weapons work fine. The only thing that really doesn't work is like standard firearms.
Okay.
Unless they're somehow keyed to color, and then they wouldn't work. But like a +1 sword or whatever works fine.
Sure.
What do you think? Come on.
I'll finally respond to the using the contraband.
Yeah.
Not right. Not yet.
Hey,
we'll hold on to it.
It's your shop. No problem. She walks somewhere. She kicks something real. She's real mad. She rolls a natural 20, so she kicks it without breaking her foot. And so just like some like trash can just goes scattering around, and she's just stomping around, speaking in Orcish. Basta.
Now you're sure we can trust her, right?
Yeah, she's family. The one family just tries.
You're gonna need to find a new reason. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let's
that
just say
logical
that
chain doesn't really hold up after the Brickborn.
Yeah.
she's been with the family longer than I have, right? Has she?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
I
I can't question her. No, we're the same rank. She is my senpai.
learned that we have to-
Your mafia senpai.
Yes.
Oh dear. Well, what time is it? I think that's the end of tonight's session.
Is that the last word? Me calling her senpai?
Whenever anyone invokes such content, we can spend a couple more and it's wrapping up here. But basically, so Gianna will respect. This is your thing. If you don't want to use the thing, if you don't want to make a bunch of money, that's your problem. Fucking
Mr. Dominic,
Call me
can
Dominic.
I have a word?
You may.
I overheard your conversation. I think maybe letting this strange orc do what she says be a good idea or not bad. I think we'll need to leave this place, and anybody could break in and steal your potions anyway.
Well-
Don't you think so?
I don't think they were here after the potions. This
Yes,
Boudica
but
here.
somebody
wasn't-
else could, or he could.
I mean,
Is there any chance that I know a safe house somewhere?
this is the safe.
Ooh.
It's not a safe house.
You would absolutely know. Oh, you see, you're in the.
If I
Yes, you
might
would know a
before
Sure.
we discuss moving, although I agree we should, we might want to get the Toon outside in on this. She was a pretty good fighter, and she got shot too.
You are right. We
All
should.
right. Hey, Duchess, come back here.
It is safe.
You're
Oh,
muted.
you're muted.
Okay, but someone's got to buy me dinner at some point.
I told you everything was on the house.
Well, I think Leopold wanted to
All
be in
right.
on this conversation, so I'm just gonna go off to a corner real quick and back
Swipe.
to
Swipe.
Yeah.
I do
Alright. Oh,
appreciate
dear.
you going, doing that outside of, full view.
I'm going to walk over to the counter. Excuse me, miss. You'd not have a wet washcloth to wipe the entrails off of my body, would you?
Oh, don't be. Actually, Gianna will say this because it's like, oh, come on, don't be dramatic. It's not entrails. It's just a little bit of throat flesh. Come on.
Oh, God. Leon always does these things, and I don't quite have the stomach for them.
No, that
you
was
see.
heard. Anyway. All
Well,
right.
if you don't have the stomach for it, neither does she.
Well, it's a metaphorical sense of stomach, I believe, in this sense.
Hey.
It's a good joke there. I like that.
All right. Enough jokes.
Hey,
All right then.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with her?
you. She kind of sees Duchess standing there. You hit me with a hammer.
Hey, a raid.
What would you rather I do?
No, I just you. And my rifle bounced off your bazongas.
Yeah, they're not known to do that.
Did you? Suddenly, this elf, as she's sort of staring at you kind of across the way, Duchess, her eyes narrow, and she is in like a haze, of potion of healing and such. But she kind of looks over at you, and then she says, I remember you on a farm pulling up a bunch of turnips.
Has Duchess ever been on a farm pulling up a bunch of turnips?
Yes. Early on, that's something that you did before the war.
Before the war and before...
Before you... Well, I'll text you.
Yeah, I just want to know where in her before are we?
I need context.
In the before time, the long ago.
Yeah.
She has a couple different before times is the issue. She has a...
Yeah.
Oh wow. Welcome, Raiders.
Oh, hello, Raiders!
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Hola.
But there's this moment where she's just like, you were digging up turnips on a farm with the sun was whistling.
Duchess will... Oh, that does sound right. Duchess will... Oh, did she just pass out?
She's on the verge of it. If you want to say something,
Okay.
you can.
Duchess will kind of squat down, I guess. And says, and who were you on that farm?
I don't know, was I on a...
Duchess will kind of like pet her, but like in a comforting way. You know what I mean?
Sort of, you pet her and like a little ink and paint comes off on your hand, and so for a second, you've closed her eyes, but they still look like they're painted open and this kind of weird, and then just it all sort of stirs away and she's unconscious.
She's crouched down. Luminus will look down and go, wow, jeez.
Yeah, I
Alright.
get that a lot.
Okay.
I imagine.
Oof.
Here's the deal. Guess. Oh, by the way, I give her back. I put her switchblade back into her pocket.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Here's the deal.
How does she remember me?
That is a good question.
Make an insight check, Duchess.
Back when you were a wee lad.
When I was a young two.
Oh, wee lad.
19.
Be less, because girl.
Ah, yes.
Alright, what were you gonna say, Dominic?
Let's finish this thought.
Well, I think he's typing it to her.
Yeah, you do what you're doing. Yeah.
All right. So, we will need all of the resources we can get to figure out why we've all been set up. You three, the two plastics plus the professor here. Clearly, they were after you or your patron. That seems to be what this note implies, yes?
I suppose so, yes. I'm
The
quite
one
perplexed.
you
about
call
it.
our patron did not come. So,
That is a
maybe she was behind it.
maybe.
Or she was found by them somewhere else.
There's a connection, but I don't know who would know the connection.
There
Right.
are many
Well,
possibilities.
we have threads.
Cassia would.
Right. So,
This Aldir person would know.
Mystery
Yes.
deepens.
this
Oh.
O'Leary was the one who hired them.
Aldir O'Leary would certainly know, provided she's telling the truth, which, based on how much she was shot and harmed, you suspect she probably was. Duchess, I want you to roll an Arcana check.
Yeah. Ooh. Damn it! 17.
Damn it, 17.
Because I had a 17 on the die, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good," but it's a +0, so that's why I was like, "Damn." Like,
Okay. So it sounds like your guys' plan is to go investigate this.
That's one. Yeah. That's
What was the
one
word on the
way.
safe house, Phil?
Right.
You know of a couple of places you could get everyone safely. I mean, this is the city, so there's like fewer safe houses here, but there are some. One of which is actually an apartment that has never been rented after the person who stayed in it.
Was murdered by me.
Well, not murdered by you. Yes, murdered by you. Basically, Kylantha's old apartment is still open.
I think we should maybe have a base there, right?
Very well, since it seems you lot are in the doghouse, you can use that as a safe house. As for Duchess here, you'll be on the family payroll because you clearly are very good at punishment. And as for you, Dragonborn, I never asked your name. I said I never asked for any of your other names. But Dragonborn,
Luminus.
Luminus. What? Out of character. Did you do any damage during the fight? Like
Yeah.
summoning magic? Oh yeah, you did magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, we could use your magical skills, and will you accept milkshakes as payment?
Do you have ice cream?
Well, yeah.
I'll take that.
Yes. Business negotiations.
Good
Yes.
at business!
Yes.
Well, on
You
that,
and me are like, yes.
I will
Yes.
say that
Nailed it.
Win-win.
do friends of the family that are on the payroll also drink free? Or is that a separate thing? Because I will
Alcohol,
accept
yes.
That can be
partial
tricky.
payment
She
in
can
drinks,
drink a lot.
but not complete payment. Just partial.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Checking.
Yes.
well, with that
I'd like a carton as soon as possible.
with that amazing business deal set up, the idea that
The
Sha'Nehl
best
is
trade
maybe,
deal in history.
Sha'Nehl will maybe lead them to a possible.
Sorry,
sort of,
and the thing you just
hideout.
texted me, that's going to be about 5 years ago.
The thing I just texted you, that would have been more like, I mean, that would have been like what is your, let's see. I also love this because we're just, it's, I love these conversations, whether on stream or off, where the DM's talking to one player about something just nobody else does. No, this is more like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is a
this
long
is
time
like
ago.
very long ago. Yeah, for you. So with these deals in motion, a sense that the entire group is maybe going to move away from here to some hideout provided by Sha'Nehl, so that they can these now partial allies of the Motso family and these people who were maybe being a hit was taken out of them there. They all want to find out what's happening. Maybe research into this Altir Olire guy. That is where we'll end tonight's session on this moment.
That just does want to do one thing.
Oh, please.
Who is being left to watch this elf?
We'll return her to the family, to the Illyrians, just to confirm that she's part
In
of the
this
Illyrians.
condition, you're returning her
She
to
wasn't
the...
shot up by me. She made trouble with us. Of course we returned them in the condition.
You could just let her out the back door and let her walk
I
in.
will tell you that yeah, you could return her to the elves in Vesper Circle, which is where you suspect Aldir Olire is.
Duchess will leave her phone number with a stupid, boring gray kiss on it in her pocket.
Okay, understood. Boring gray kiss.
Wait, how are you gonna accept the call if you're not there?
Back
Does
in
she
these,
have a tuned cell phone?
What are you
No.
talking about? She pulls out like a phone with the line going into her dress.
and the phone's got a mouth like,
Rotary phone.
hello?
Yeah, no, she picks it up and it's like a mouth comes out and says no new messages and then goes back in.
Justoria 139.
Wow. Wow, that's
Um,
really convenient, isn't it?
Honestly, I thought about that as soon as I said it. I was like, wait,
She's a tune.
magically pull one out of her ass, literally.
Wow.
Excuse me, I don't have a butthole pocket. I have breast pockets. Come on, I am a
Pull
civilized
that out of her.
coon.
I don't have a butthole pocket, is what she
Her,
just
her
said.
dress doesn't have
Words from the wise.
There are no- no
I am
background
actually going
information.
to counter
Pockets,
that if you're pulling
so-
stuff out from between your boobs, you could pull stuff out from between your butt. But fair enough.
But that's not where she keeps it.
Fair. a very reasonable point.
She's
You know,
a
it's-
classy tune.
She's a classy tune.
alright?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's
Yeah.
unrealistic because her dress has pockets.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
with all of that in mind, my God in holy heaven, we will end tonight's session. Session 2. We got to torture in 2, you guys.
Torture to butthole pockets in one session.
I mean, it is my
wonderful.
job. It's what I do. So
Well, it's fair.
You
But
weren't even
everybody,
the one that actually like inflicted.
yeah, that's just his hobby. That's just Leo's hobby. I don't
everyone,
get
It used
uh,
to be my job.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching us. I will once again say, appreciate you guys being here. If you would like to check out our Kickstarter or send people over towards it, there's a link to it there in chat. It's basically all these crazy classes and features. That's what we're sort of putting a Kickstarter together. We're halfway through. We're not quite halfway funded. So please help us reach our goals to that, to just hire some artists to make some really cool artwork. I want to thank from last session, Skull for Initiative and Pariah Docs for rating, Minnesota Twins, Pariah Docs, Briningar, and an anonymous gifter for gifting a bunch of subs to us. And we also, I think we did have some sub gifts in chat tonight. So thank you to everybody who does that.
And a raid.
And a raid. Oh yes, and a raid as well. A raid from Tugboat Pete 88. Which Tugboat Pete, Steamboat Willie, it's all connected.
I literally, when I read that, I was like, oh my god, it's Steamboat Willie.
It makes sense. And also just thanks to everybody in chat for participating and watching, and we super just appreciate you guys checking out all of this craziness. We have on Fridays Blood from a Stone. They're also in a Noir world right now, so check them out this Friday. It's fun because their Noir game has a very different, much more horror tinge to it. And then on most Sundays, we have a game called Here Be Dragons. This coming weekend is the Super Bowl, so that is off. But you can catch us the next Sunday after that. And then on Mondays, we have Temple Flight. It's a superhero game. We're going to have a slight lineup reduction this coming week for Valentine's Day because some of the players have like people who care about them, whatever. So we'll be doing that. I think that's all I have to mention or plug today. We are going to be sending you now on a raid over to a channel called Total Party Chill.
Oh, I get it.
It's a good one.
Get it? Because, So we'll be raiding you guys over there, so say something kind to them. I'm going to make the recommendation that if you go over to Total Party Chill, please don't bring any of the energy that we were putting into tonight's game. So no suggestions that they torture.
Total Party Chill is the opposite of what we just did.
No torture, no ripping your limbs off to intimidate people, no discussion of butthole pockets, just everything, just allow them to be chill, but say something nice to them, give them a follow everyone who rated us, all that stuff. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be throwing up our closing screen, and then I will send that raid over there. Good night to everybody. Thank you so much. Until next time.
Thanks, everyone.
You'll never noir alone. Get it?
What even?
I'll find one someday.